Hey guys, it's Austin from Athilates.com, and I want to continue talking today about core stability and function. A lot of the things that we've shown you on the ground, some of the series of 5 on the foam roller, it's all been kind of variations of what's called a dead bug exercise. And the importance of that for our discussion is when we take it to standing up, you see a lot of athletes who, if they have an anterior pelvic tilt, well, we need to get there kind of back to neutral. So a lot of those core exercises are designed to kind of bring that diaphragm back in line with the pelvic floor. But even if you don't have a pelvic tilt, I've seen a lot of athletes that remain neutral. I can set them up in neutral, but when they go down for a squat or overhead squat, we still see a hinge at that thoracic lumbar junction right back here, which to what I see in the front is a major ribcage flare. And once again, their core is not active. As soon as that ribcage is broken, as soon as you have that open position, you're not controlling your diaphragm, the diaphragm can't interact with the pelvic floor, and you're not going to have full core stability. And remember, for us, the core is all about transferring force from the ground up without having any leaking of power in the middle here. So our kind of idea for today is I'm going to use a dowel, and we're going to kind of show you some progressions on the dead bug. So if I get down in position here, I like to use the dowel specifically because I can start working towards some different positions, and I'll show you what I mean. So when I'm down here, a typical dead bug without the dowel, if you can see, get me lined up on this, yeah. Usually you would start with position with your legs at tabletop. The progression I like to use most with my athletes is where you're going to kind of set yourself here, you keep a neutral spine, you keep the core braced, and then you're going to extend a leg slowly and breathe all your air out. Really working on trying to drop those ribs down and keeping full activity here. You don't want to have any kind of soft spots. The core should remain totally braced. And then bringing it back up, resetting breath, adding extremity movement with your arms as well is a great progression. But when these start to become a little less challenging, I like to then take it towards a hollow body position in gymnastics, which is a very advanced level core stability type of exercise, where you're going to have full extension here, toes pointed, and you're going to be able to transfer force through the core without breaking here. That hollow body position is going to be key to a lot of skills we talk about when we get into gymnastic stuff on the site. Now, some progressions for that here with the dowel. So the dead bug with the dowel I really like, because what we can do here is we can hold our arms in position over our eyes. We can protract the shoulders a little bit here to get some serratus activity. So now we can start to work on some of those scapular rotators as well. We can kind of lift that chest in that little curl up position and kind of lock that. And here we can kind of stay kind of just right here in this neutral position, and then we can also just work, letting all our air out. If you want to advance this even further, you can start taking this back. And now you see what I'm doing here is I'm taking a dead bug and I'm kind of turning it into a modified variation of the hollow body rock. So what I can do in this position is I can start to train to learn that hollow body position. So I can just take this back as far as I want, protracting, making sure I get good scapular rotation here, upper rotation. I can lock in, and now just holding this position is a lot of work. I can bring it back and reset. So I can do the little curl up, bring the bar back, arms straight, and then just work on breathing out. Keeping stability, switching legs. And eventually I can progress to both legs out and take this all the way back. I can try a modified hollow body rock from here. Arms are locked because of the dowel. Or I can just work on the dead bug variations with the breath. So the choices are yours. But basically, the idea is to start progressing your core work. Work on keeping stability, adding more limb movement while you're doing that, and start to take your arms overhead so you encourage more shoulder flexion. And eventually you're going to get that hollow body rock position and have a very good stability system going on in your core for everything we do. This is Austin at Athilates, and we will see you next week.